Right, settle in, silence your familiars, and for the love of St. Cuthbert, don't ask questions until the end. This is one briefing I would rather exercise from my memory, but needs must when the devil vomits in Basingstoke. Now, normally, when I hear Basingstoke, I think of roundabouts, retail parks, and the distinct smell of middle class despair, but today Basingstoke brings us something less welcome. A poltergeist, but not your run of the mill boo and bang variety. This one bites. This one hates humans with such savage consistency. Well, can run for office. Let's begin with the family. Names obviously redacted, as the child involved is just 12 years old. Though after what she's done, I'd suggest the court of public opinion might age her up with some prejudice. Poor young lady. The haunting began subtly. Cold spots, disappearing cutlery, a crucifix that developed a habit of flipping upside down. You know the way. Sort of standard fare for a post-war British semi, but then came the scratching behind the walls, the wet footprints on the ceiling, and one night the entire living room rearranged itself while the family was sleeping, couch pinned to the ceiling, TV embedded in the wall, grandfather clock in the bath. Aesthetically hideous, paranormally alarming. The father, a sort of sensible man with a sensible job in IT infrastructure, did the worst thing he could do. He Googled how to do an exorcism. That didn't help. Shocker. They brought in a local priest, parish, sweet chap. He's now residing in a quiet little convent in Devon where he doesn't speak and knits crucifix-shaped doilies. Poor devil. Then came the Dionysian exorcist from the Archdiocese of Portsmouth. I think I'm saying that right. A trained Vatican man. The ghost threw him out of a window. Through a closed window from the inside. He landed in the rose bushes. Miraculously, well, miracles have to happen, unharmed but spiritually violated. It was around this time they began to notice something troubling about the girl. No names, as I said, but she began to display behaviours. She stopped sleeping, spoke backwards, wrote Latin phrases she had really no business knowing. Once walked into the kitchen with both eyes rolled, completely white, and announced that the walls were hungry. Naturally, the family was fairly distressed about this, and naturally they turned to us. Unfortunately, not soon enough. On the 7th of last month, the girl attempted to stab her mother in the neck with a pair of kitchen scissors, all while reciting the book of Leviticus in what our linguist believes was a Babylonian dialect. Babylonian, again. She was stopped, restrained, taken into protective custody and placed under magical observation. The house, meanwhile, has been abandoned, and it's still active. Last week, 3 council workers came to board the place up. One of them is now missing. One of them is still screaming. The third simply walked into traffic and thanks the cars as they missed him. Charming. Now, let's be clear. This is not a ghost. This is a Class 5 poltergeist. What the Vatican quaintly calls a malevolent, autonomous manifestation. We call it a right bastard. It's tied to the child, but it's not possessing her. It's attached, fed by her emotions, fear, anger, isolation, the whole, adolescent roller coaster, as it were. But here's the rub. Even with the girl removed, the entity hasn't left the house. That means it's made a nest, and it likes it. Our psychics have picked up writhing movement beneath the floorboards. Our drones, they can't operate inside the walls. The wiring burns out. It manifests in violent outbursts, lashing out at anybody nearby. Objects fly, doors slam. Screaming's heard from nowhere, and on occasion an old woman's laugh that has been independently confirmed by 3 audio experts to make the skin feel cold and the soul regret its choices. Experts, they know nothing. Anyway, we need to go in, we need to seal it, cleanse it, and contain it. This will be a 4-person team operation drawn from supernatural police division, obviously, the Vatican Specialist Exorcist Bureau, and we need one druid, preferably calm, one empath, slightly mad but stable. All team members will be blessed in advance by Cardinal Vincent Nichols and the Archbishop of Canterbury himself, which I must say is quite the double date. They'll dunk you in so much holy water you'll leave smelling like a baptized haddock. You'll also be equipped with salt rounds, iron cruciforms, blood-warded rosaries, and a collapsible holy barrier tent designed by a Vatican tech lab that sounds suspiciously like something Apple would sue. Probably will, won't they? Anyway, once inside the house, expect time distortion. Clocks run backwards. Your watch may scream. Auditory interference, screams, prayers, old radio jingles from the 1950s all at once. You should maybe get a physical manifestation. It will try to hurt you. It has done so before and it will again. And probably possession attempts. So stay in pairs. If your partner starts humming in Aramaic or levitating, taser first, ask questions later, so be careful. Your goal is to locate the spiritual heart of the manifestation, typically a hidden object or an embedded soul fragment, and perform the rite of detachment. And bind the entity using the Seal of Solomon, reinforced by sigils drawn in blood ink provided by the Vatican. Should the rite fail, well, just try not to die in a messy way. Makes cleanup harder, and now if I may speak frankly, as your resident supernatural babysitter, thank God I'm not going in. Truly, I've faced banshees in Belfast. I've survived a vampire riot in Soho. I once played whist with an Oni in Kent. Cheating bastard. But violent child-bound poltergeists, no thank you. I did my time in the Angry Ghost Wars. I have medals and I have scars, and I also have something better. Retirement. This is your mission now. Go in, be careful, be smart, and whatever you do, don't talk to it. That's how it starts. It wants you to notice, to see it, to acknowledge it. Don't. Ignore it. I mean, you need to ignore it, trap it, seal it, get out, and for heaven's sake, bring back something haunted. My office shelves are looking frightfully empty. Wing Commander Fortescue, out. And if you never hear the word Basingstoke again, that's going to be too bloody soon.